What's up? Hi, welcome back to Monday Club. Back in the house after what, 2 weeks off? 3 weeks?
Yeah, man. It's been
2 weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks off. Just life caught up, I think, with everyone. It's been very hard to get everyone together, and I just haven't been able to pull my weight, really.
Which is a lot. So we've got Sam in the house, Sam, and Kimmy. We'll start with Kimmy. How are you, Kimmy? Eating chocolate bar? What chocolate bar are you eating?
It's actually one of those strawberry things from Lidl's my mum just bought.
Ugh, fuck that.
Yeah, they're awful, but just because my mum bought them, I'm like, that would do. Today I actually had a really, really awful day. I actually cried real tears. Yeah, I know.
Real
It happens weekly, but go on, why? If it's not electrical related, wait till
it was all electrical related.
Go on then.
So my day started off with having to finish jobs from yesterday that I couldn't do because I didn't have the correct materials. Went to finish those off from yesterday in the morning. Spent like an hour and a half at the wholesalers just chatting away. So that was my fault. After that, I had a call to say that I really messed up badly on a job 2 weeks ago, and the electric's been turned off by UK Power Networks. That's how much I messed up.
What happened?
Dude. That's quite impressive, I'm not gonna lie.
But then basically I ended up having to do more jobs and everything was just a shambles. So basically from my day jobs today, I had 10, I finished 2. My client doesn't know that. They're waiting for the reports. I said I'll send it in the morning, but I'm hoping that in the morning I'm going to be like, oh, I'll send them in a minute while I quickly drive around getting them all done. And then I'll start tomorrow's day jobs probably about 10:30. 11, 12 maybe.
Right,
yeah,
hold on a minute. We've got to go back a little bit here.
It's a lot of information.
It's so embarrassing. But okay, it's Monday Club. It's electrical related. I'm gonna share, and like I said, it's really embarrassing, and it was just.
Right, I'm gonna give you some props here. How many of you out there have messed up and would share this like Kimmy's about to? So whilst we're gonna mock her terribly for it, I'm going to give her some props. I'm going to give some props up front now for being brave enough to talk about this. So go on.
So basically, what happened is, it's a nice little property. Everything was nice, you know, a few little, 2 little bedroom house, beautiful. The electrics, I mean, right? Everything's good. Opened up like all the switches, sockets, amazing. Done the test. I done a continuity test and all the bonding to the MET, from the fuse board to the MET. Like, everything's just beautiful. I'm like, okay, perfect. I changed like a few of the burnt sockets and the fan for a low voltage fan. So basically I've done the works. Passed it, tick, done. So new tenants moved in now. They tried to get a smart meter. When the EDF UK Power Network guys came out, they was like, who the hell passed this?
So at this juncture, we're going to take out what Kimmy said. She's asked us to retract it, and we can all see why. Sometimes you make mistakes that you don't want to talk about, and we've all done it. It's not the end of the world. She just doesn't want it on the internet for posterity. Now, I can understand that. I've said some things on here that I would like to retract, but it is what it is. So hopefully the rest of the show makes sense. But I fully support Kimmy in this decision. So does the rest of the team. Whatever she wants to do, we're 100% there for her. Yeah, anyway, back to the action.
Obviously got caught. So what I did is I felt so awful. I literally sat in my car for like 2 hours scrolling through my phone at every single picture of every EICR I've done over the last couple of months and looked at every single picture, because I always take a picture of the whole thing, and every single one had it all fine. So this was the only one that had the issue, and it was the only one that I got pulled up on. So I'm thinking I might have just been lucky that.
Have you been doing the crazy hours again though?
What's that?
Have you been doing crazy hours again?
I have over the last week. So I don't know. Over the last couple of weeks, yeah. I guess it wasn't even the crazy hours. I've just been so stressed mentally. Like, just life just been so crazy.
Listen,
so like I said, I don't know what happened. I honestly, it's like, I don't know.
There's like, a million things that could have happened. And whilst not making excuses for it, this is sometimes the
This is
burden.
like I said, it was embarrassing. It is a big thing to admit, but you know what? I'm like, cool, I've admitted it. But now, do you think I'm ever gonna make that? Do you think I'm ever gonna make that same mistake or anything similar?
It's not even about that. It's not even about that. Listen, no one was hurt. No one was hurt, and you're out the other side
and
now.
I rectified it literally straight away. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I got the call, I dropped everything I was doing on my way there, reconnected everything. Obviously, I don't know.
I feel like you've had a lucky escape with that because obviously you put your name to it. So even if it was modified afterwards and you don't have the picture evidence to back up what you're saying, you're up the creek without a paddle. Now, this is probably a result of being. I'm not making excuses for you, but if we was going to talk about it and get down to the nuts and bolts, you probably missed it because you're stressing out. You've got a million things on your plate, and this is one of the things that I don't think. Electricians in your position and Nick's position, when you're doing these jobs day in day out, you're spinning a million different plates trying to keep your head above water. I don't think enough slack is given in these situations. It is a bad situation. It's a dire situation that could have resulted in death.
That was like,
but we're only human and mistakes happen, especially when you're overloaded. And I think there's an important message to come from this, and that is, you've got
because you know what,
to look after your mental health.
I come across shitty installations all the time that have just been passed or just installed, like NIC builders and stuff, NIC electricians. They're passing all of this stuff off, installing it. Everything's an absolute shambles, and it's like, okay, I'm discovering this stuff all the time. But now being on the other side, where it's like, oh my god, like I actually fucked up. But the thing is, I love electrics, and I'm always trying to be better. I'm always reading up the extra stuff, speaking to people about whatever it is, trying to get extra experience, and I'm trying to be the best that I can be. And obviously, like I said, I made a mistake, but now I'm making sure that I never make anything similar again. And I'm telling people out there that's like, look, here's a mistake I made. Make sure you never make that mistake again, because it cannot happen. It's a big mistake to make. And obviously, I work with other people who, this was literally yesterday. I went to an installation. Oh my God, the guy basically fucked the, can I swear? Anyways,
some did it within the first 2 seconds. So it's fine.
First 2 seconds.
So basically, they fudged it all up. So that installation, right? Oh my God, the guy was just like awful. And I was kind of like watching over him to see what he's doing. And he's like, I don't know what this cable is. I'm just gonna put in 16 amp. Who cares anyways? And he's like cutting off with so much copper's exposed. And I was just like, I was standing over him. He's like, who cares anyways? He's like, I hate electrics. It's just a job that pays the bills. And obviously, I think there is where there's like a difference between somebody who's just like really doesn't care. They're just doing it to pay the bills. And somebody who, like myself, I really enjoy it. And I don't understand how I made that mistake. Like I said, I even went back over everything, checked. I don't think I've made that mistake before, and I don't know what happened there. And
listen, I wouldn't beat yourself up about it too much. You've learnt from it. You understand that you've made the mistake. You're brave enough to come on. A lot
of people wouldn't say what you said.
No, a lot of people would hide behind that and be like, I
wouldn't have admitted it. No way. Because I'm too worried. But I think
either way, it's
telling everyone so much braver so that other people.
Yeah, I think it's a big move. Listen, I'm not congratulating you for missing.
No. You know what? It is what it is. Like this is why I didn't want to share it out there like that. But obviously, we don't get too many views on here, so I'm hoping that no one really is going to see this.
Listen.
So that's just how. But it is what it is. Obviously, bear in mind that video. Remember when it only had like 800 views, and it made its way to executive at me, and I was like, oh my God, and he emailed me, and I was like, sugar.
You never know who's watching.
Exactly. So views don't mean anything. Anyways, it's all fixed now. I've got the picture to prove it on my other phone.
That's all that matters, is it's fixed now, and you've learned.
No one got hurt, Yeah.
Can I just inquire as to why you've got a meteorite hanging around your neck?
Oh. I thought you said meat or something. I was like, what meat or where?
No. What crystal is it?
Basically an asteroid.
It's just obsidian, so it's just lava that's just being kind of like made into like some halfway rock, halfway glass thing.
It's not. It's the earth link that she nicked from that guy's house and melted it down into a necklace. So it is.
Go on, Nick. Nick's on fire tonight.
I'm trying. Right, a bit from Kimmy. Loads of things have happened for you and changed.
Oh gosh,
Let us all know.
I moved away from Portsmouth back to my hometown, and so went back to commercial and industrial.
Where's hometown? Don't have to give exactly, but like
near Luton.
Oh,
but
mate.
It's not Luton. I live in a village. I'm posh now, so.
Is that near London? Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't know.
Yeah,
it's like 30 miles out.
Nothing.
Yeah, so it's near London.
I for Luton every now and again, just for like a little quick quote.
Anyway, yeah, so you're back on commercial industrial rather than domestic, which you loved, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, I'm working on a new build care home, which is, so I thought I loved commercial and industrial, but this job is just shit.
Is it 5-point PPE? There's a grumpy dickhead walk around, make your life hell 4 times a day.
Yeah. But it's not even that. It's, so you know how sparks always are like, the spark before was shit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This time, genuinely, like, I'm picking up like 3 or 4 faults on one circuit on a new fucking installation.
I saw this on your Instagram.
Yeah, like this is on everything as well. And I think
what type of faults? Like second fixing faults or?
No, so sometimes there's cables not even pulled in, like the switch lines weren't even pulled in to one of the rooms. When the room's got to be handed over in 2 days' time, and all the
so
walls
is
are complete.
Is this in singles and conduit, is it?
No, everything's in twin and earth here, which
okay.
I haven't really used on commercial before. I normally do singles and conduit, but no, this is all twin and earth.
LSF, or is it standard?
Yeah, LSF. The second fixers are all electricians' mates, but I don't even know if they're quite, because a lot of the time electricians' mates I've met, sometimes they're a lot smarter than most of the sparks I know, but these ones,
relax.
They're wonderful people. But so there was this one guy who asked to look at it was a 3-gang switch. 2 of them were 2 ways and 1 of them was just for the cabinet light, and they were switching wrong. And I was like, can you just swap them over so they're in the right order and they're switching the right things, blah, blah. Gets to about an hour and he keeps coming in, because I was testing, he keeps coming in and turning the power of that room off and on. And I was like, what are you all right? Do you need some help? He's like, oh no, it's fine, it's just a bit of a guessing game, really. Didn't really think anything about what he'd said. And then he come back again. I was like, what do you mean it's a guessing game? And he was like, well, I haven't got a tester. I was like, what fucking electrician doesn't have a tester? And he was like, well, I'm not an electrician, I'm a mate. I was like, well, what electrician's mate? Who doesn't have a continuity tester?
Yeah.
Is it not one of the first things you buy?
Yeah.
So anyway, an hour and a half later, and then I went in there for 5 minutes and sorted it because I had a tester and actually knew what was the live coming in and switches and whatnot. And it was all marked up as well, pretty much. All the switch wires were marked up, but it took him that long to do it. And then he still...
Do you know what I find really funny about switching?
I hate switching.
It's the amount of people that are scared of doing switching. Like whether it's 2-way switching, 3-plate switching, intermediate 2-way, whatever. People, you give someone, can you go and stick and fix the switches? Oh, I haven't really done much switching. And you're like, so? It's not rocket science. So you get that a lot in commercial and industrial. A lot of guys don't know anything about switching because they just...
Switching scares me, like it does. But if I don't know it, I'll draw it out because that helps me figure. Do you know what I mean? You know when you just have to put it on paper just so you can see it.
No.
Well, sorry, we can't all be great.
I'm not great. I'm one of the worst sparks you'll ever meet. But when it comes to switching, it's not difficult.
No.
I've found it with the domestic. Obviously, we've done it before where we haven't done 3-way or intermediate for a while. We don't really do it very often. It's when it's a larger house where you've got downstairs for upstairs, and then top of the stairs, and then there's a few bedrooms further down. Yeah. And we just recap it. I know it top of my head. Adam just recaps himself. But it's when we go for a call out on a fault finding exercise when it's an old 2-way, but it's old singles where they would bring the twins into the bottom, and then you would have a strapper going up. But you go, but it's the same top and bottom, and they're not going to it. Where is this going? And it's just a game trying to find a junction box hidden somewhere and mess around with it. I ended up giving up the job not too long ago for a friend, and I was looking at it, and he said every time we turn it on, it trips, and I was going through it, and I was trying to fix it, and we must have spent about 2.5 hours. I was like, I give up. I said to him, Gareth, I said, mate, just call another Spark in. I said, I ain't, because I was doing it in between jobs. I said, I haven't got time. He said, can you come back later? I was like, I don't want to. Oh, thanks.
So
and,
this is
and the other Spark just turned up straight away. And I think he found it within 15 minutes. He just must have picked up the right floorboard or something. And he said, oh, yeah, he fixed it. No problem at all. I was like, cool, thanks. I gave up.
See, I remember when I first started out, I was working on a job in Shoreditch, and it was like my second job ever. And they asked me to do some lighting, and I was like an electrician's mate, but I wasn't. I'd been doing it for literally maybe 6 weeks. I'd been an electrician's mate for like 6 weeks. I was basically an electrical labourer, and they was like, "Oh, can you take out the switch wire, blah blah," and all that. And I was like, "Yeah, okay." Didn't have a clue. Anyway, I was working with this electrician, and he'd been in the game a while. And I said, "Oh, can you help me do this?" He goes, "I haven't done much. I haven't done much switches and much lighting." And I was like, "What? Shouldn't you just know it?" And he's like, I don't really do much. I just usually do containment." And
I say the same thing with boiler installs. When someone wants me to do all the different stuff with all the switches and the valves and the pumps and everything, and I look at them and go, yeah, I don't really do much boilers.
Yeah.
That's the boiler guy. And I bring my mate up as a boiler, and he comes and does it. I was like, I've never been taught it, so but it's a bit different.
But with that's got like knowing switching and lighting and the basics has got to be a thing, surely.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Should have passed
and that was a good lesson for me very early on, not to shy away from things I don't know, and just do the easy things. Because you actually find there's a lot of electricians in commercial and industrial that have spent the last 5 years just doing, maybe only ever doing containment and then pulling in the cables. Like, very rarely.
Never second fixing.
I did containment for a whole year in my apprenticeship. Didn't touch any cables at all.
And then you asked to do like a bit of second fixing. You're like, well, never done it. Yeah. So you get a lot of that, because a lot of them will just leave and go and get another first fix job.
Well, fair
Strange.
Enough. Do you want to go first or me, Sam? Who wants to?
Well, I ain't really finished interviewing Sam here for a minute. So, how are you finding being back in the world of commercial industrial? Are you missing the freedom of domestic yet?
No, because I've been put on quite a cushy bit, because I'm doing a lot of the testing, so then I've got to do all the fault finding with it.
Nice.
And I'm working. I got the job through somebody who actually did my apprenticeship with, who was like one of my first teachers. So it's quite nice to be working with him again. And then, yeah, because it's testing, it's nice, and I don't have to do too much of the crap at the moment.
What are the hours like though? Because that's another downside, isn't it?
7:30 till 4:30.
It's not too bad, really. It's not too bad.
How far away is it from you?
Well, I leave my house at 5:45 to go get in the van, and then we drive to London.
5:45, like 5:45.
Yeah, that's what time I leave the house, and then I get to Boss Man's for 6.
Boss man.
Just
so you do, you pull
right
up at his house. Boss man.
It don't sound right coming from a posh bird, does it? Oh, go and see Boss Man, innit?
Jesus.
I'm the least posh person you'd fucking know.
Or whatever.
Says that drinking a 2-litre bottle of Heineken. Off camera. Yeah.
Nico, what have you been up to, boss?
Sweet F4, to be honest. Sam knows this. Like, Kimmy saw stuff on Instagram. I pulled my back a month ago now on a job. Video on the job. Like, the moment I did it, I got it on camera. And I thought, that hurt. And throughout the day, it got worse. I ended up in doctors the next day. And I'd torn the muscle lower back off my spine. He said minimum was 4 weeks of work. I thought, okay. And then the next day when I was in tears getting out of bed, physical tears, crawling on the floor 6 or 7 times trying to sit up, was like, I've really badly done it, and it doesn't help. I'm heavy now as well, and I'm like, this is not good. So I ended up cancelling the whole week, and I was on holiday the next week. So I lay down, didn't do much when we went on holiday, and I thought, I'll ring Adam. We'll go to work for a day or two. We'll do some EICRs. I couldn't do it, and the video that's come out tonight is the day when I went back to work, and just made it so much worse. Couldn't couldn't wash my feet in the shower. Ended up having to just like squirt shower cream on one foot and then wash it with the other foot, like just squirt it on, then switch. To get up and on the sofa, like it wasn't so bad. The pain wise, I could deal with the pain.
Hold on a minute. I ain't being funny, but who washes their feet in the shower?
Me, because I wear work boots all day and they stink.
What?
But
Everyone
you know
washes
what?
their feet.
Sam did say he's got like disgusting zombie feet that grows fungus.
That's why.
Like, everywhere.
Yeah, no, but hold on. But do you like? Do you actually like lift your foot up and then
Get your
wash
foot
it
up.
off?
Yeah, you lift
Get
it
your
up.
fingers in between your toes and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Sam.
Well, we'll clip that. That'll be a little nice
No,
little
I
Christmas
take
special.
I take the one and I put it on the fast one. I just blast my feet and I'm done.
I bet if you wear a white shirt, the collar when you take it off, it's completely grey.
Hey, listen, I'm fresh. Yeah.
20 minutes.
I'm fresh at all times. I'm a fat man. I have to be.
Have you ever used a sponge?
No, I have one of them. I've one of them.
Squidgy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you put it on and it
Scrunchy.
just foams up.
Yeah.
They're decent now.
Takes off a layer of skin.
Just your elbow, and that's it.
That's his face.
My elbow. No, don't just rub it on my elbow. I'll rub it. I'll rub it all over my body.
Right. Okay. Let's move
Not on
on.
your feet. No one of the. Anyway.
And yeah, and it just got worse. But my biggest thing is ever since like going to work, I never stop. I've never ever stopped or stood still for more than a day. Obviously, if you out with the kids, I just hate not doing anything. And then it was different with COVID. The first week, like my other half was still at work till where she was working closed down. I was sat at home with the kids, knowing I can't go out, couldn't really do anything, and I was like, "Oh, this is shit." Like, I want to go and do stuff. I can't really because I'm looking after the kids. Like, it was a bit like, but now because I physically couldn't do anything, couldn't even stand up properly. I was literally just sat in bed for a couple of hours, go into the shower, and then I'd go to my little dent in the sofa, complete Amazon, Netflix, loads of other stuff, and then I'd get up because I was told I wasn't allowed to sit down for too long, so you have to get up. To get up would take 15 minutes, and it was just like, this is just horrendous. And I just literally, I cut myself off from social media, not on purpose. Mentally, I just lost the plot. I couldn't sit still any longer. I just absolutely hated it. I hated myself. I felt like my other half hated me. I felt like the kids didn't want to speak to me. When they went out for days out, I was sat here by myself, like hoping they all had a nice time, but not going because I didn't want to ruin their fun. And it was what a mindset. Just over a bad back. And I did a video that I think has already come out when this goes out of how do people deal with it when they're off work for like 6-7 months with a real injury. But I lost the plot after 2.5 weeks. And I went back to work yesterday, which is funny. As I was telling Sam at the beginning of this, is I booked in a couple of sockets to put in on Monday. I thought, right, cool. We'll do that, me and Adam, a couple of hours. Adam will do it all. I'll just sit and watch. And that's fine. Halfway to the job, they rang me up. Yeah, my missus' water's broke at 5:30, so we're in hospital, so you can't come. I thought, cool. First day back at work when I'm really motivated. So we went and did some other stuff. And then today I thought, right, second day back, let's actually get some work done. And I went to physio, and then I went to the first EICR, and they weren't in. I was like, cool. So all the motivation I've had is now just been like, oh, he's just not meant to do it. So, but yeah, that's what I've been doing with for the past 3 weeks, really. I'm on top of it now. I just went through a bit of a shit spell, really, which is weird for me, to be honest.
Moving on swiftly from Nick's cool story.
Well, cool. Yeah,
I've done nothing as well. I went on holiday for a bit, come back, and yeah, I've just sort of been doing nothing. I can't really be bothered to find a job. It's got very bad. Got very lazy, the same as Nick. I've watched the entire series of Sopranos again. And there's a lot of episodes in that. I've started brewing my own alcohol. But at the same time, I've stopped drinking as well. So I just enjoy making it.
Get high off your own supply, Wink.
Do you know what I mean? It's actually really fun. So yeah, and I just needed a break from everything.
sparkying then? And become a brewer? Are you gonna quit sparkying and
No, I just wanted to have a break from everything. So that's why we haven't been banging out a load of Monday clubs and stuff. It just got on top. Like, life just got on top. So I've not really been doing much. But whilst Nick is dealing with his child, let's go over to Dan at SWA and see what they got to say.
Hi all, Dan here from SWA and welcome to this week's Tech Topic. Now here at SWA we're really proud of our range of battery operated tools, which includes our combined crimper and cutter. Now this tool can crimp up to 300mm and can cut 40mm out diameter armoured cable, which means you only need one tool on site. I think this is a pretty clever piece of kit, but I'd like to know from you guys, what is the cleverest tool that you've seen on site and why? Thanks guys.
Right, so we're back. Thank you for that, Dan. Talking about the SWA cutter over there. Who knew that SWA done tools?
No.
No, I didn't know. I'm quite impressed actually. I didn't know they'd done tools, and I'm just on their website now, and they do a whole range of cable cutting tools, even croppers.
Oh, I like a good cropper.
I do like a good cropper. I need a new set of croppers. I'll tell you why. The other day, I had to cut my tyre off off of one of my car wheels. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it now. But basically, I had to cut the tyre off. And then, so I cut the tyre off fine, but it's the inner rim. So the inner cable that goes round the tyre, I couldn't get off. I had to get my cutters out and cut through each strand by strand, and obviously kill my cutters. So I now
hate it when there's a terminal pin too long, and you look at your cutter and you go, I full well know that this is going to fuck you up, and I'm really sorry what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway. I've got so many pairs of cutters.
Yeah, 20 quid. Bosh.
Yeah. I really 20 quid's worth it than going back to the van. So it's been nice, and I've enjoyed your company, but it's time to go to rest.
Then they could go in the bag of spare tools.
Yes, that never ever get touched.
You're not going to die. You're not going to you're not going to tool heaven. You're just going to tool purgatory.
You're going to sit here and rust until I throw you away in 3 years.
Kim, are we distracting you here?
No, I wanted to show you the bollard thing I was talking about.
Show me then.
They're not bollards, right?
No, you know what they're called? They're called a cable jack.
Yeah, so it says it's a 3-ton screw jack set, and they're like $5,000, and they're like that huge.
Sam could do a pull-up on one of them. What was the way with it?
So what is a screw jack set? Like
jacks are for what you put armors on. So if you've got a big set like armors, like big armored cable, like mains power for like a commercial install or something like that, it will come on a drum the size of you. Like the drum will be massive.
Yeah,
you need that, and you'll need a set of those to reel it off with. Domestics. Those domestic electricians.
I've used them before when I did commercial stuff. I did commercial.
All right, mate.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Sammy wants to be part of our club. Idiot. But I'm just having a look. I'm having a look on here, and SWA do loads of cutters and stuff like that. Cable croppers. What's this even? What's this?
It's really good for all the audio listeners.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. They do a load of
I'm saying, what's this? We can't see either. He's looking on his own computer. We're all together.
Bro, relax. Go to swaonline.co.uk, cable handling and tooling. Check them out. Some really cool stuff on there. In fact, I have just purchased a pair of their cable cutters.
What colour are they?
Red. What colour?
You like orange ones, don't you?
I like orange
ones.
I
can tell.
the Baco ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Is it Baco or Banco?
I call it Barco.
Yeah, everyone says Barco, but like I'm not trying to be posh like that, so I'll just say Baco.
Anyway,
it's like only. Yeah, but like some people say Vargo and Wago.
I put that up the other day and got absolutely corrected that it's Vargo and not Wago or Wago.
Yeah, but guess what? It's whatever I say it is. Is it whatever I want to call it? Like, no one's going to walk around going, "Oh, Vargo." What?
I had it when I used to say, obviously, you got wearer, but it's actually Vera.
You
Oh,
had,
Vera.
you had
Yes.
a guy on here the other day that pronounces it like that, and he genuinely says it like that.
Yeah, it is
Don't-
Vera. It is. Yeah.
I've
But,
got
when
Vera.
yeah, no, we say wearer, but I spoke to ages ago, one of the tool shows. I went up to him because we were doing some YouTube thing, and he went, "Oh yeah, it's Vera." He says, "Make sure you say it correctly in the video." So I was like, "Yes, boss." So ever since then, I've just done it. Yeah, Vera.
Yeah, I won't be. Also, got some exciting news today.
Here it comes, guys. Ready? Let me find a plug.
What do you mean? So I've got a new merch line out. Well, it's not really. It's just shorts and the t-shirt. It's called Le Spark. Le Spark, and it's a tidy little number. And I'll put the links in the show notes for people to go and have a look. It's not super expensive.
Why
but
aren't you wearing one of your t-shirts now?
because I dropped mayonnaise down it just before I come on.
I actually believe that.
It's 100% true. It dropped right here, and I was like, no. And I just refuse to come on with food down myself. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'll probably put up an image of it or something when it comes to editing.
Sweet.
Kimbo, come on, mate. Tell your story that you're talking about
What story?
and how scared you are about this episode.
I told you I cried real tears today because it's like, look, it's either like you got a few options, all right? Like you know you got the internet keyboard opinionators that have loads of opinions and always just want to tell everybody, right? When it's just kind of like, okay, whether it's nice or not, right? And they got no profile picture and stuff, but they just want to tell you, you know. But fine, and it's like, okay, so I'm thinking out of anything they could say, they could tell me to quit electrics, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. They could tell me, oh, whatever they say, and it's just like, I just want to cry about it already. But it's just like,
Don't cry.
But why? Like,
it's just kind of like, do you know what it is? It's like, I never failed. And to know that I failed is just awful. Have you
everyone
ever
fails. I fail every
Everyone
single
fails.
day.
Yeah, but like, come on, my fail is a bit big. But then the thing is, can I be banned from being an electrician? There's not that blacklist
No.
for electricians, right?
No.
So
Okay, Kimmy, I had something similar that I actually nearly killed someone. It's electrical related. I was at work.
oh my God.
This is years ago, and I was working by myself. Did some outside lights with my ladder, put them on the roof. Customer came out talking to me. How much is the bill? Blah blah blah. Got caught up. Went to start chatting to them. Sorted that out. 50 minutes later, pulled out their driveway, started doing 60, and my ladders flew off the top of the roof because he started talking to me when I was trying to put the ladders on the roof and forgot to put the hooks on. And it landed on a pavement side of the road, not near anyone. There was no one there. It was after hours of normal working anyway, of the school run done. But I just thought afterwards, when I got in, thought, shit, that could have been so bad. But it's an easy thing. Got distracted for literally 2 seconds.
Listen, I've done such dumb stuff at work. I accidentally stabbed someone with a Stanley knife, and it was an accident.
No, how did you accidentally?
So I jumped out on someone with it, and instead of pulling it back at the last minute, my finger slipped and I stabbed them. And so, and I was like, "Oh, that was not how it was meant to go." So yeah, that's like I don't know, GBH at least, isn't it?
I nearly ripped someone's genitals off years ago. Spade bit with the drill, going like messing around. I accidentally caught their trousers, but obviously with it spinning, and it just went. Their trousers did. I was like, "Yep, sorry about that." He was a friend though, so it's fine.
When
He's
I
got
was
kids, so
when I was an apprentice.
Still works.
We used to take, like, so the guy would go to the board, the spark would go to the board, and we would start identifying what circuit done what and stuff like that. And then after that, we'd turn the power off, and then we'd go around like stripping it all out because we're going to rewire it. and whatever. Anyway, sometimes someone might go back and switch it on just to give another person taking off the sockets a shock and stuff like that. Playing very dangerous games like that all the
It's a bit
time.
silly.
And like you'd be
That's
doing
a
it.
little
Is it
bit.
off? Is it off? Yeah. And then you'd be doing it. You take it out and then bang, get a blast, and then everyone fall about laughing. So
That can kill people. So please,
Yeah.
please, no one copy that.
So
we're meant to be promoting safe isolation this month as well.
So what I'm saying is, if you've not been on a site where you've made a mistake or been a part of something that isn't okay, and you look back now on and think, fucking hell, what a
Silly,
shit
yeah.
show that was. I was never part of the turning on the electricity and stuff. I was always a recipient of it because I was the apprentice. But these things happen on site. Stupid shit happens on site and mistakes happen on site. That is part and parcel of life. Accidents.
Make these
Humans will
mistakes and learn from them. That's it.
Humans will make mistakes. People will do stupid shit and life will still go on. And whilst it's not acceptable and we should learn from these mistakes, it's only when people come forward and talk about it can we look back at it retrospectively and go, mate, that was dumb.
Yeah.
And hats off to you, Kim, for coming throwing yourself on your sword, because that's essentially what you've done tonight. Power.
And don't people be nice in the comments, please.
And and even if you're not, grow up, get a life.
They can what they want to say, right?
Say
But
what
it's
you
just
gotta
that because I
say.
know already. Because the thing is, like, I know what I would say to myself. Like, I know in like three months' time, let's say 3 weeks' time, actually, I'm gonna be laughing at myself. But today, because it happened today and it's so fresh, I haven't processed it yet. So that's why I feel really touched by it. But I know in 3 weeks, I'm gonna be like, wow, what an idiot you are. Like, how could you? And I'm gonna laugh about it because I'm gonna be like, wow, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how could you? That's
Listen,
just
people will mock you for it as well. I did it the other week when I forgot to tighten up the lighting circuit one on an EICR I done. I had smirmy comments in the comment section. It's part and parcel of YouTube life. Comments.
You put yourself out there, you open yourself up to hundreds of thousands of people.
And so you
sometimes
should
millions.
get opened up for it. Listen, you put yourself out there. What do you expect?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I already know what the comments will be. Hence why I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I'm fine with it. It's just like I said. It's just like, kind of like, I hope nobody like tries to put me, you know, on a blacklist and get my qualifications taken off.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Like,
It's not a
I
thing.
don't think seeing guilds can come to me now and be like, wait a minute, I saw a YouTube video. Give those back. They can't do that to me, right? And if they
No.
can't, then I literally have nothing to worry about because
No one can do that. No one can do that. It's not like they can come and take your GCSEs back, can they? If you said, I cheated all the way through my GCSEs, then don't go and say, well, you said you cheated, we're taking them back, now you got none. It's the same as a qualification. There is no license to practice, so you're fine. Some people would hold you to a higher standard and, you know, make your life a bit miserable. But, you know, if it comes, we'll face it as a team. It ain't no big deal. Don't worry about it. We all make mistakes.
It reminds me of that little joist scenario with the holes that big and mate.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, that one was a big one. This is not as bad, but you know, it's up there. But
Anyway,
the thing is, you know what? You know how many people have made mistakes, but they would never admit. And I know that, yeah, so many people. Because my DMs after I shared that, and I didn't share it on my Instagram stories, but the people that messaged me directly, a few of them, I did tell them that what I did, and they was like, "Yeah, I've had that similar kind of thing before. I've had this, that."
You'd be surprised. And the ones that say they ain't are lying. If you've gone through your entire electrical life and never made a mistake, you're a liar.
Literally.
You're a
Literally.
liar.
I've had people like done an EICR and they completely missed like some small little CCU like in the loft that's like supplying like I don't know like
Yeah, it happens. Listen, all these things happen.
So it's kind of like, yeah, you know what? Mistakes have been made. People make mistakes.
And this is the difference. We can all sit here from a point of view where we've made mistakes and not tell people what they should and shouldn't be doing. We talk about what we've done and how we fixed it and how we've dealt with it in life, and that's what we do, and that's what makes this show very unique.
three out and I'm re-looking at the whole thing again, I got the tick sheet out and I literally went and sat for every single thing, and I sat there like for literally like 2 minutes contemplating. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah, but the tick sheet's another dumb thing. Like, this is my thing, right? People will moan at you like,
because it was like condition of the main head, and I was like, yeah, that looks good. Tick.
this, and it is what it is.
Because it did look good, but I just didn't. I don't know what happened.
Right, listen, Monday Club.
Right, let's
Wow.
move on.